Good morning, everyone. My name is Gabriel. For disclosure, I can state that I work for GRÜNENTHAL, and I'm also a board member of FPA, the European Federation of Pharmaceutical Industries and Associations. Thanks, everybody, for the very good debate and moving pain treatment forward. I'm always impressed to see how much more momentum this event gets year on year. And as you know, pain is really a day-by-day reality for millions of people in Europe. You, representing patient association, but also other stakeholders, know it better than anybody else. And pain has many faces. We heard it before. It can be pulsing, it can be aching, sharp, dull, or even drilling. Pain is really a healthcare problem, impacting functioning and quality of life. It can be associated with sleep disorder, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, among many other symptoms. What strikes me is that about 50% of patients feel today with chronic pain not having adequate pain relief. So there is clearly a high unmet medical need in chronic pain, but I'll touch upon later on also other pain areas. We heard about the social impact of pain. 1 out of 5 Europeans suffer from pain. This is, if you calculate it, it's about 100 million people who are suffering day by day from pain. And despite comprehensive pan-European data quantifying the effect of pain on society, there is still a gap of understanding the real impact, and that is deeply concerning. Pain is one of the most common reasons for which people seek medical attention. And based on the European Pain Survey, about 21% of the respondents with chronic pain had suffered pain for actually more than 20 years. Shows not only the chronicity, but also the real need and urgency of pulling all our efforts together in stopping that burden. 1/3 of physicians say postoperative pain is not assessed in their institution. That to me sounds alarming and shows there is a need for political, better policies on how to treat pain. The result of this is that society as a whole is affected by inadequate availability and accessibility of pain treatment. And the consequences are not restricted to only those needing pain therapy. We see significant effect on the healthcare system, economics, and society. An estimated 153 million people in the EU suffer, for example, from migraine or headaches. Another 200 million in the EU suffer from musculoskeletal disorder. I mentioned the 100 million suffering from chronic pain. And, there are also more smaller group of patients suffering from pain, like patients suffering from regional complex pain syndrome. These are more orphan diseases, but needs also to be addressed. And there is a cost to that, because direct and indirect healthcare costs for chronic pain disorder in European member states vary between 2% and 3% of GDP. So for 2016, this would result in about 300 to 400 billion of direct and indirect costs. There is, again here, a need to, deliver pain treatment in a more effective, more cost-effective way. And I believe, and I'm sure with everything I heard today that everyone agrees to that for patients an optimized treatment efficiency is not only an imperative, but it needs to be addressed in a cross-functional way by bringing all stakeholders together. We heard that there are many barriers of accessing good pain treatment still. Lack of training of medical professionals, like you heard from Professor Malion. The lack of education and having a common EU core curriculum is a big advancement in bringing pain treatment at a level which is equivalent in each EU state. There is still restricted resources and access to medicine. There are different cultural attitudes towards pain. My wife has given birth in Japan, and I can tell you there is no pain treatment given when you're delivering, for example, a baby. So there is a very big cultural dimension in treating pain. But finally, the industry has also its role to play. There is still an unmet medical need. We can talk about complex regional pain syndrome, vulvodynia, hypersensitivity diseases, chronic pain treatment, and the industry has to continue to invest in pain. Unfortunately, pain is not easy. The statistics of developing drugs in pain are worse than any other therapeutic area, because the mechanistical aspect of pain is difficult, and you cannot always address it with just one single target. A very inspiring example on how stakeholders can work together for me is the IMI initiative. It's aiming at improving health, and IMI accelerates the development of innovative medicine in areas of high unmet medical need. The European Commission matches in-kind contribution with funds from Research Framework Programme. And the framework of IMI enables us to work really together with the best skilled non-FPR consortia, involving top teams from industry, academia, small, medium enterprise like GRÜNENTHAL, regulators and others. Today, IMI is the largest public-private partnership for health research worldwide. And among IMI, there is an IMI2 pain group, which really drives solution in pain. The pain group is co-led by GRÜNENTHAL and Esteve. It unites the pharmaceutical company dedicated to better understand, treat, and manage pain. With this group, we are responsible for defining, for example, research projects in pain. These range from identifying novel pain targets to gather also real-world evidence for clinical outcome. By doing so, bringing together pharma companies with the best skilled consortia of academia, hospital, patient group, and regulatory bodies, we are really seeing pain being advanced. The portfolio of pain project with this public-private partnership is entering an exciting stage. The first collaborative project with a renewed public partner has started on April 1st, 2017. This project will increase our knowledge of pain targets and pathways and generate predictive approaches for the discovery of new treatment. A second project is already in preparation, and the idea with this project is to improve care of patients suffering from acute and chronic pain. It's an ambitious aim, but I'm pretty sure that through R&D and investing into innovation and R&D will be part of the solution as well. And to show you some of the commitment we have to pain and how pain is complex and how pain has still a lot of unmet medical need, I'd like to show you what we do at GRÜNENTHAL. We have mapped a landscape of all pain conditions. And what we're trying to do now is to understand what are the genetic reasons, and you're really mapping out not only the conditions, understanding, talking to patient, what is the unmet medical need, but then also use genomics and other methods to uncover the potential reasons of those pain conditions. We spend, FPR, about 31 billion euro a year into R&D, and in GRÜNENTHAL, we plan to spend about 20% of our revenue into research, and most of the research goes actually in pain. You can imagine the potential of industrializing such a pain map and going systematically, talking to patients, understanding the genomics, what that can uncover in terms of potential to find new medicine. I'm particularly excited by this. I think my team is as excited as I am. I'd just like to illustrate some of the compounds we have in development. We currently focus on high unmet medical need area. One of them is CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. It's a horrible disease. You cannot take your grandchildren in your arm. You cannot drink a glass of water and hold it because it's so painful. It's more painful than giving birth. And we have 2 compounds in development in CRPS. We also have the first NOP agonist in development, which can be really a breakthrough of treating hypersensitivity diseases. So you can see we're not only focusing on large populations of patients, but also more niche indication, which have been unfortunately abandoned by many pharmaceutical companies. We are a privately owned company, family-owned company, which is very committed of finding and driving solution in that space. We also have the CAF 2.2. It's an oral, non-scheduled, and non-opioid analgesic, which will be hopefully suitable for spinal cord and lumbosacral radiculopathy pain. It's a nice drug because it has an improved therapeutic window through a unique state-dependent blocking mode of action. You basically block the channels when the patient suffers from pain, and that could be a breakthrough. These are all very early development, but to progress these things, we need to be able to work in a fabric of collaborative approach with the academic world, with the policymaker. It's very, very important. This is not a standalone effort. And this is how we approach things. This is also why we are so keen to be here at SIP and support SIP, engage with patients, engage with the different associations, understand what the needs are, and basically shaping the future of pain treatment. We can ask ourselves, are we collaborative enough? Do we have the right representation in the room? And here you can see on that chart the number of participants being registered being one thing, but what is more important is to show the number of organizations being present, the fact that we have, a big proportion of patient representative, and the voice of the patient will be very important also in terms of drug development. You can see also that not only pharma is represented, but healthcare professional, policymakers. So it's a very cross-functional team which is here in the room, and that is very pleasing to see because, again, I think that is part of the solution. I heard before at the press conference pain patient representatives saying, pain should not be silent anymore and should be brought on the European agenda. With what I heard earlier today, I'm so pleased to see that pain is on the EU Commission agenda. I'm impressed by the progress the SIP platform has been making. Our vision is clearly to ensure successful and adequate pain treatment for all citizens, addressing the societal impact of pain by working together, and further build the SIP platform and bringing all the stakeholders together. This is why I would like to thank you all for having been involved in the preparation of this impressive event, especially the many involved at the European Pain Federation, EFIC, the Pain Alliance Europe Association, the Active Citizen Network, ACN, Malta Health Network, the No Pain Foundation, and sponsors of the Alliance for Patient Access, as well as the German Maltese Medical Association. I would like to thank the Maltese health authorities for adding SIP on the calendar, very important, and the Maltese presidency of the Council of the EU. But most of all, I would like to thank you all. Have a fruitful discussion, have a fruitful day. Thank you very much.